Hello and welcome back to Icov TV, the weekly live news show. I'm Alexandra Ganushko.
And I'm Victoria Getner.
Today we bring you news from all around. We will be discussing Black Friday, taking a look at Birmingham Christmas markets, tackling the problem of cold callers in Coventry. We'll also be discussing that. And to top it all off, we have a live guest with us today, Izzy Derry, who will be blessing us with her angelic voice at the end of our show, so stay tuned.
We also have a live radio show being recorded as we speak.
Let's head over to our radio studio and see how they're doing. Oh, we can see Raisa, our presenter.
Yeah, it looks really exciting down there. You can catch up with our radio show later on today because it's going to be recorded and it's going to be uploaded to our SoundCloud. But for now, we have Gugu Mashwai with our news, today's news.
In local news, commuters could face delays and cancellations to their train journeys all day at Birmingham New Street Station due to a signalling fault. Train services running through the station might be cancelled, delayed or suspended between New Street and Birmingham International after some southbound lines have been blocked. The problems with the signalling system could mean disruptions will last until the end of the day since fewer platforms are available to use. Detectives are investigating after a man's body was discovered in the communal area of a sheltered house block in Rugby. The death is being treated as suspicious following the discovery. The man, who has not been identified, was pronounced dead at the scene after the report was made to the police at 10:25 a.m. yesterday. Police would like anyone that knows anything to come forward and help establish how the man died or to identify him. Anyone with information can call 101 and quote incident 118 of 22nd November 2017. In other news, residents in Cannon Park have voiced concerns that their community is being destroyed by a juggernaut driven by the University of Warwick. More than 150 residents gathered at a packed St. Joseph's the Worker Church on Tuesday to voice opposition to the increase of students in the neighbourhood. It was claimed by Mike Parsons, chair of the Cannock Park Community Association, that some streets on the estate have seen 50% of the houses let to students. Residents spoke about the noise disturbance, parking problems and poorly maintained properties before slamming absent landlords who are alleged to only care about profit. And finally, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Philip Hammond, released the autumn budget yesterday, with stamp duty set to be abolished immediately for first-time buyers purchasing properties under £300,000. Alcohol duty has been frozen, which equates to 1p off a pint and 6p off a bottle of wine, and the expected rise of fuel duty on diesel petrol cars has been scrapped. That is all for today's bulletin. Back to you in the studio.
Now, if you love a good night out and want to have fun with people from all walks of life, Coventry has the best place for you. Recently, The Yard, a local club located in the city centre that welcomes LGBT community through their doors, has opened. In the day, you can enjoy a nice spot of lunch, and in the evening, enjoy a drag show or break it down on the dance floor.
I spoke to the club owners, Richard and Hayden, and found out why they decided to open Coventry in venue like this in Coventry.
I grew up in Kenilworth, which is quite a sleepy little town outside of Coventry. And during my teenage years, there was nowhere in the local area that I could go to that was an LGBT venue. I think growing up, I've always wanted somewhere like this for the local community that's nearby.
I grew up in Coventry myself, and we've only ever had one gay venue.
I feel the Yard's important for Coventry because we wanted to open somewhere that's transparent, located in the city centre, is visible to people walking past, and it's somewhere that the gay community can use without feeling hidden away.
I was doing the decorating and coming up with a lot of the ideas for the decor, so the colour schemes and stuff like that. It's bright and cheery, you know, it sets the mood for what we want it to be. Seeing every other gay bar that you go to, there are a lot of them behind closed doors, and we just wanted somewhere open somewhere where everyone can come and feel comfortable.
It was important from the start that this wasn't exclusively a gay venue. We wanted to make it welcoming to families, to pensioners, to people during the daytime. There's nowhere in Coventry that does cabaret, so it was important from the start that we had a weekly cabaret act on. And it draws in a different crowd, and it creates a different environment to what you'd expect elsewhere in the city. And we've had some cracking artists here so far, and we've got a lot coming up in 2018. Some big name artists as well, so it's very exciting.
There's a lot of places for drag queens, but none in Coventry. And this is quite new to Coventry, so seeing people's reaction to a drag queen is quite funny sometimes.
The most rewarding aspect for me is seeing people enjoy themselves, really. See people in here feeling comfortable and actually enjoying themselves. And we've got such a mixture of clientele that come in both daytime and evening. You could come in the evening and you'll have a table of straight people sat next to people cross-dressing, next to transgender, and the whole mixture in one building is very rewarding to see.
What a great addition to Coventry and the LGBT community within Coventry. The best part for me is, doesn't matter whether you're gay, straight or simply fabulous, everyone is welcome.
It's true, we should go there and grab a cup of coffee after the show.
Yeah, of course, and bring all of our friends along with us, why not?
Definitely.
Now what we have all been waiting for, Black Friday, the day of sales and crazy discounts, perfect for bargain hunters and shopping addicts.
I must say, I have been saving for it for months. Call me crazy, but I'm planning to do all my Christmas shopping this Friday.
I mean, it's impressive how organised you are, and it's great to get all your Christmas shopping done during Black Friday. But have you ever considered how Black Friday discounts affect independent retailers?
I have not, but we have our reporter, Daisy Twin, outside the Coventry markets. So have a look what she has to say for us.
With the recent migration of Black Friday sales from America, it has led to November becoming the new December in the UK, with sales soaring as prices drop. This movement has become increasingly online, with more people choosing to spend, as shown by this rising by 25% last year. With more people opting to spend online and sales becoming increasingly difficult to compete with, I've come to Coventry Market to investigate how Black Friday sales is affecting independent businesses. With Black Friday around the corner, there are plenty of great sales to look forward to, with prices dropping dramatically. We've come to Coventry Market to get a feel of how independent businesses are affected by the sales.
There's much bigger threats to independent businesses, I think, than Black Friday. For example, supply chains are changing now, so you've got manufacturers selling direct to the consumer through websites. That's a much bigger threat to independent retailers.
It does get a little bit quieter a few days before Black Friday. I guess people are saving their money, they're waiting to see what's going to come up on places like Amazon, Currys, etc. But around that time, that's probably the only difference we see.
Yeah, I think it is quite hard to compete with sale prices. Obviously, they've got economies of scale, so they buy things in a lot cheaper. So, I mean, there's two perspectives in there. From an independent retailer's perspective, it's hard to compete. From a consumer's perspective, I suppose it's a bonus to get things a bit cheaper.
It can be a little bit busier sort of the day after, and I guess people haven't then got what they've wanted on Black Friday, so they then come out shopping, not necessarily for stuff from us, but they'll walk past and they'll see something they like. If they haven't spent their money on Black Friday.
Yeah, I think it probably is a little bit busier. You get people coming out, not necessarily into the market specifically, but people come out into town to look for the bargain, so it helps everybody, I think, a little bit.
Black Friday has been around in full force in the UK for a couple of years now, so obviously the future is uncertain. We'll be sure to follow this up in years to come. Back to you in the studio.
Well, I suppose we learn something new every day. Stay tuned till the end of the show, as we will be talking with Izzy Derry on this very sofa. She will perform Give Me a Reason to Stay from her debut album called Goodbye.
That is right, but for now we have Berta Balsite reporting on the rise of cold calling in Coventry.
Cold calling in West Midlands is higher than ever. Earlier in the week, I was speaking with West Midlands police officers about recently issued doorstep traders activity warning after 2 recent reports of residents being approached by the cold callers at their doorstep. The West Midlands Police, Ryan James again and Tony Coy, they are going to speak more in depth about that.
Cold calling, in essence, is turning up on someone's doorstep without being announced. So by that we mean that they haven't booked an appointment to come and see you, they haven't announced what their company is prior to them attending your address. So it is literally as simple as they knock your door and say, hello, I'm here to do this service.
Who would you say are at the highest risk and the greatest chance to be targeted? Is this like elderly people, or is there...
It's more elderly people. These people will go around areas before knocking on people's doors, and they will kind of pick certain houses to go to. So they'll look out for things like the handrails at the side of a property by the door. That then obviously signals that there's probably an elderly person living there. And they are the type of people they'll go and offer those services to.
But the more common ones, like Ryan was describing, are the ones that would come from maybe a building firm, a contractor, a window cleaner, or something along those lines, and they would generally come with more than one person.
As the police officers, what is your advice for the people? How do you tackle the problem?
We want the emphasis to go towards people to look at the people coming to the doorstep and ask them questions, because essentially we could do operations with trading standards, but a lot of our information comes from members of the public. So we really do want them to be a bit more aware of the kind of tricks that are going on.
Even though the cold calling is not illegal, people can stop the unwanted cold callers by getting the sticker "Stop the Cold Calling." Alternatively, people can register for online alert system.
The West Midlands Alerts is part of West Midlands Now, which myself and Ryan are publicising at the moment. We would very much like more people to sign up to this, because it's a very useful way of beat officers like ourselves in the local area to say, we have had an issue in this area and we just want people to be aware and let us know if anything happens to you, and filter that information in.
Okay, so how people could actually register for that?
We generally register individually. However, if you go onto West Midlands Now on a internet-approved search, there will be a guide to step-by-step register yourself if you live in the West Midlands area. Other forces will have an equivalent that you can sign on to, but the one for this local area is West Midlands Now.
This has been Berta Balsita reporting for Icov News.
Now onto something more Christmassy. Birmingham Christmas Market opens up every year, and unfortunately this year it has to be cut in size. Has this got something to do with Brexit? We don't know. Gugu Mashava reports, but stay tuned. After, we will be speaking with Lizzie about her music.
Birmingham's German Christmas Market is one of the biggest tourist attractions within the UK, lasting 9 weeks in total around the festive period. Despite it being one of the most popular markets outside Frankfurt, Germany, the stalls have decreased by 40%. With Brexit underway, this may be the end of the popular event. We've asked stallholders what they think about this issue.
I'm from Germany, from the southwest, Black Forest, not far from Freiburg. I'm doing this for 15 years now. Yeah, in Germany we have a word. The money is tighter. It's not in the pocket tighter. It's in their heads. It's tighter. Yeah, they don't spend in this way as they did the years before. It's a bit less, but maybe it changes when the next money comes. Not only the future of the German market, it will offend many things. I'm sorry for this country. This was the wrong decision. I'm sure about this. The same is, you see, the same is Catalonia separating from Spain, wants to, and look, the banks are gone, big companies are gone, so things like these affect countries a lot. Yeah.
Even though some stallholders believe Brexit will affect the future of the markets, the rest think otherwise.
I don't think the stalls are actually going down in numbers because of Brexit itself. Personally, from experience here, I believe it's mainly to do with business going down. People seeing the same stuff every year, and they've already got most. We get a lot of customers. They've already got most of this stuff. I mean, we get regulars that come back every year to get something new, but they've seen the majority of it. So because of this, we don't get as much business now. So they're talking about bringing in new stuff, but who knows?
Seems like the markets do have a chance to carry on after Brexit. With the plans of providing new kinds of products in progress, there is still hope yet for this festive event. Gugi Mshava reporting for Icov News.
I'm so sad to hear that. I go to Birmingham markets every year.
I mean, it's a shame, but there's enough to go around. You always have Manchester Christmas markets, you can go to London, and I guess you have Coventry markets, so...
That's true. And we have our guest now in the studio. Welcome, Izzy.
Hello.
Hello. Do you want to just give us a bit of background about yourself and your music and how it all started?
Okay, so I started playing guitar maybe 4 or 5 years ago now, and then playing and gigging shortly after, writing songs, and then yeah, it's just kind of gone from there. Released a few EPs and then an album, so yeah.
So what is your music about?
It's kind of like personal experiences, but I think experiences that I've had, many other people have had as well. So
yeah. So if it's personal to you, then how does singing those songs make you feel?
I don't know. I guess it kind of gets all the sadness or anger or whatever out, which is always good. So
yeah. So what message you want to send through your music to your audience?
I guess it's kind of like just making people feel better, really, like stuff that people can relate to and hopefully make people happier.
And what's the name of the song you'll be performing today?
It's called Give Me a Reason to Stay.
Great.
Okay,
Thank you. We can't wait.
We can't wait to hear it then.
Yeah, and next we have the weather with Liana Petrova, but stay tuned till the very end if you want to hear Lizzie sing live in our studio.
Good afternoon, I'm Liana Petrova and here is today's weather. Today it's pretty sunny and clear with temperatures reaching 10 degrees, but don't get misled by the sun because the Christmas cold is already biting. Winds are up to 14 miles per hour and temperatures during the night will drop down to 3 degrees Celsius. On Friday, the sun will come out and shine for all of us again, but it will still feel cold thanks to the winds, which will reach up to 19 miles per hour. During the night, we're expecting temperatures to drop down to -1 degrees, so make sure you wrap up. Over the weekend, it will be sunny and temperatures won't drop further than that. We'll stay dry during these days, so enjoy the good weather whilst we have it. I'm Liana Petrova, and that's your weather for the rest of your week. Now back to the studio with Alex and Victoria.
Thank you, Liana. That is all for today's show. If you'd like to keep on top of news we don't broadcast live, be sure to follow all of our social media. We have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and of course, if you ever want to rewatch one of our fabulous shows, be sure to go over to our YouTube channel.
As always, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you at this very sofa next Thursday at the same time.
For now, we leave you with Lizzie Derry, who is going to be singing Give Me a Reason Why. See you next week.
Our time is moving on, and I'm thinking I should too. I'm tiring of this place, craving something new. Something new. Oh, hey. Well, I've been here for a while now, and nothing seems to change. Or I go up to the top of the hill just to come back down again. Or down again. Oh, hey. I'm see, oh, that there ain't nothing here for me. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of debating. So if you can find one, just give me a reason to stay, or to stay. Where the sun shines bright on the greyest days is where I wanna be. Not in this place of losing games. It don't suit me. Oh hey, I'm starting to see, oh, that there ain't nothing here for me. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of debating. So if you can find one, just give me a reason to stay, or to stay, to stay, to stay, to stay, to stay, to stay, to stay. Oh hey.